involved. I see your name in the paper here. So hello, Eileen. Good to see you're still active in retirement. She and I worked together in the classroom for over a year, and then I just knew her for years after at BOCES. Some other things are going on. The Mayville Senior Citizens will be meeting at noon on the first and third Thursdays of the month at the Mayville VFW. The Ripley Seniors, my hometown, will be meeting at noon the third Friday of each month for a terrain lunch at the Baptist Church in the fellowship room. Also, the Young at Heart Seniors at Finley Lake meet at 1 o'clock the second and fourth Monday of each month at the Community Center on North Road. And it says here all seniors are invited to attend. Okay, and then if you are interested in volunteering, I write for Silver Magazine. I'm always yamming on about volunteering and trying to get people involved with things. There are two opportunities here. The Office of the Aging has training for sessions for candidates to become, let me see if I can say this right. This is a tough one for me. Ombudsman. There. For seniors in the county, to work with nursing and adult homes to answer questions or concerns about their loved ones' care. Position requires a training period of 36 hours for certification. And for information for the program, call Jennifer Ellman at 753-4781. Again, 753-4781. And they're also looking for volunteers to drive individuals without personal transportation of their own to medical appointments. You use your own vehicle to appointments locally to Erie, Buffalo, Salamanca, and you get a mileage reimbursement. If you're interested in that, call the RSVP office at 665-3038. Again, that's the RSVP office at 665-3038. And just knowing what I know about our county, great place to live, but a lot of the problems that very often are just trying to get folks to appointments or children to the dentist or different places. So if you've got time, you got a vehicle, and you want to get reimbursed, give those folks a call. Okay, what else is going on here? If you haven't had a chance and you haven't seen this is a magazine I've been writing for, and the reason why I bring it to your attention is because it has a whole host of variety of articles that I think are very interesting, and I'll just kind of go through them real quick. Not so much necessarily my articles, but they talk about things like travel, dealing with your grandchildren. They have issues about just as we grow and become more mature, getting a good night's sleep. There's an article here about a mammogram. I know that's a horror for our ladies to have to go through, and there's some interesting things about things on that. Nutrition, hearing loss, keeping your body healthy and strong. There's a whole section on finance and again on travel. So if you are in a doctor's office, you're in a waiting room, wherever, catch Silver. It's written by local folks like myself. I get comments from time to time that they read my articles, and actually they do like them, so I encourage you to read those. Okay, once again, this is a call-in show, and in a couple of minutes here we're going to have our friend the Geezer coming on. I think what we should probably do is we have things kind of lined up a little differently, but how about we go to a break right now. We'll bring on our friend the Geezer, who has some words of wisdom, and then we're going to go right into the main part of our show dealing with the Chautauqua Children's Safety Education.
When I was young, my dad always told me, dream big and dream often.
I've been very fortunate to have parents that care, but some kids aren't so lucky.
That's why the Major League Baseball players trust for children.
Same with Volunteers of America to help kids everywhere.
Volunteers of America has helped children, families, and many others rebuild their lives.
Our Share with a Child partnership wants you to give kids your time, guidance, and support.
Help a kid to dream big. Call 1-800-899-0089.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, you've been waiting for this all week, I'm sure. My friend and fellow Rotarian and media mogul, the Geezer!
Good morning, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies, excuse me. Gentlemen are in the audience.
Hey!
You'll find we have two lovely ladies as guests of the show today. But in any event, I want to discuss well, at his time he was a very famous German. Since then, everybody seems to have forgotten him. I remember his birthday easily. It was January 14th, 1992. I remember that because it happens to be my birthday, but I was born a few years later. In any event, Martin Niemöller became a Lutheran minister who early on in the regime of Adolf Hitler supported him and supported the Nazi Party. Ultimately, in the late 30s, early 40s, I guess, realized the error of his ways and left the Nazi Party for a couple of years in a concentration camp. They didn't look kindly on people turning their backs on them. In any event, he survived the concentration camp and went back to his employment as a minister, preaching around the world, including in the United States, dying in the late 1960s, I believe. Now, why would I talk about him at this time? Because he was a man, again, who supported an evil way and recognized the error of his ways. I find more and more people today who oppose the philosophies, let's say, of our president. At least they say they oppose the philosophies, but I'm concerned what they're opposing is the color of his skin. And that's disturbing. I ask that you and they look back on your feelings. And I have no opposition, certainly, to your being opposed to the president, but not for the reason of his color of his skin. Let's get with it, folks. That is not the American way. Thank you.
Thanks, Mort, and that's certainly food for all of us to consider as we go through these extremely trying times that we all find ourselves in. And it's interesting that you would say that because people will ask me about my feeling about the president and so forth, and Mort, what I always see when he's on TV, I always see a Hawaiian. So I don't see color. I see somebody from another state. So that's my little take on that. Okay, let's get to the subject at hand here. As part of a healthy community, I believe that you have to have some of the things I've already talked about, but a part of it is knowing that when our children walk out the door, come in the door, that they're safe. Knowing that they are armed with the information as they grow up to make good decisions, and that the world around them surrounds them with arms that protect them, so that when I was growing up, we went down to the park. There was very little concern about what happened. Those days are over. There was very little concern about what we ate or drank or other kinds of things that we did because they were basically safe. The world has changed, and so different things have to take place to ensure that our children are safe. The project you're going to hear about today is a phenomenal project. It's a project, and again, I tell you, I don't try to make these things up that I don't know anything about it. I've been involved with this project for a number of years. And we're going to right now introduce you to Terri Kindberg, and welcome Terri. She's the coordinator presently, and we have Penny Echard, who is a volunteer, who we'll get to in a little while, who has a story to tell that will melt your heart and certainly make us think about a lot of things when it comes to our children, our grandchildren, the children next door. But Terri, why don't I just kind of frame things a little bit more, and then I'll let you take it from there, okay? I was about 1996. Sounds like I can hear the reel of the film going in my head right now, like those old-fashioned black and whites. But my boss, Skip Mino, who was the district superintendent of BOCES, calls me up one day and says, Joe Gerasi and a couple other folks are going to come down. We're going to look at a site down at the Asheville BOCES Center, the Hughes Center. And I said, for what? He said, for something they want to do, like a safety village. And I said, okay. Well, that was my territory. As regional administrator, I was in charge of that campus. And so they come down and they're looking up in the woods, they're looking out back, and they're saying, we need a couple acres. And I said, well, why are you going back there? I said, out here in the front, I got all this grass that the guys cut all summer long, and it just seems like a lot of wasted time, and it's a great view of the lake and so on. Long story short, I ended up on the board of directors because Skip sent me to take care of business for BOCES, and I haven't left, and I don't even know how many years that's been. It's been like I say, 96, 97, somewhere in there. So I've been involved with the village for about 12 years. Long story short, just before I went